Most common FHA repairs. Many homeowners are not aware of the repair items that may be needed for an FHA appraisal. Understandably, this can be frustrating when everything appears to be full steam ahead, and then repairs are needed. The FHA has three main concerns, and for appraisers, they call them the 3 S's. The 3 S's are safety, soundness and security. A property must meet these three main criteria to qualify for an FHA loan. The most common repair items encountered in appraisals within the Pittsburgh and surrounding area will be pointed out shortly. It must be noted, many of these issues or corrections can be made with both little time and money. Knowing most of these issues up front will save you time from the beginning to the end of the loan process. 1. Chipped and peeling paint. This is an issue on all homes built prior to 1978. The ever-nagging lead paint problem still lingers, and unfortunately most of the homes in the area face this issue. Any areas of chipped or peeling paint found along the interior or exterior of homes built prior to 1978 must have those areas corrected, including scraping and repainting the affected areas. In addition, all paint chips lying along the ground or otherwise must also be collected and completely removed from the premises. Considering the age of the Pittsburgh and surrounding areas, this is one of the largest issues we run across. The majority of homes are built prior to 1978 and contain lead-based paint somewhere within. For more information, we supplied a link to the APA website for more information on lead-based paint. http://www.epa.gov/lead. 2. Roof condition. Regulations state the roof must not leak or allow for any moisture to enter the home. In addition, the roof should be able to physically function properly for a minimum of 2 remaining years. In circumstances where this is not the case, the appraiser must note whether the roof needs repair or requires re-roofing. Additionally, FHA requires a maximum of only 1 roof over. 3. Broken windows. Many times small cracks in the windows are not a big issue with FHA. However, if the crack could easily lead to the window glass falling out, or if the window is broken with exposed shards of glass, it is a safety concern, and FHA requires this to be fixed. 4. Lack of handrails. The concern at hand here is with safety. The rule of thumb is if you have an area with 3 or more steps, a handrail is required. Additionally, a railing is required around an elevated porch or deck, generally 1 step or higher. Which leads me to the door to nowhere. If there is an interior door that can open to a drop, this door will need to be permanently secured to prevent accidental opening or stairs installed. 5. Utilities are to be on and operational at the time of the inspection. The appraiser has to check all the utilities and mechanicals to ensure they are on and operational. That includes those homes that are vacant and were previously winterized. The utilities need to be turned on to avoid a possible re-inspection, and possibly delay the closing, along with the added expense of a re-inspection fee. Utilities include heating and cooling systems, electrical systems and plumbing systems, which also include faucets and toilets. 6. Frayed, exposed or otherwise hazardous electrical wiring. This might seem obvious, but you may be surprised by how many homes have an area with this issue. Older homes, and often homes from do-it-yourselfers, have frayed or exposed electrical wiring, which are items that must be corrected. In addition, missing light switch and missing outlet covers must be replaced, open junction boxes must be covered, and most exterior outlets require weatherproof covers. Also, many bathrooms and kitchens are missing GFCI receptacles. If a non-GFCI receptacle is within 4 feet of an open water supply, sink or faucet, a GFCI receptacle will need to be installed. 7. Additional attic and crawl space inspection requirements. While some may have issue or disagree with this next statement that it is new, the FHA now wants the appraiser to fully inspect the attic and crawl space and take photos of all 4 corners. Essentially, the new FHA requirements say that all areas of the attic and crawl must be observed. If this cannot be done from the initial observation, then the appraiser must climb up into the attic or crawl space and walk and or crawl around to see past any obstruction and take a photo. In many of the local older homes, the scuttle or little hatch to the attic or crawl space is barely large enough for a child to enter, let alone an adult. So what do you do? This is another hot gray area and there are many. Does the homeowner have to enlarge the scuttle? Generally no, it must be commented about the lack of access and then it is in the lender's hands. 8. Inspection of all transferred appliances. Another new FHA requirement states that all appliances that transfer in an FHA sale need to be tested along with a refinance of a loan. Another grey area and more on that in a moment. So now, if there is an FHA sale or IFI, the appraiser has to turn on the exhaust fan over the stove and test all the settings and the light. The appraiser must test a disposal if installed, the dishwasher if installed and a trash compactor if installed along with any additional installed appliances. However, the FHA says all transferred appliances in a sale. Locally, many of the older appraisers do not include personal property or chattel in their appraisal reports. We only appraise real estate which is a permanent fixture attached to the dwelling. So now, if the washer and dryer, refrigerator or any freestanding appliance is transferred, it too must be tested, which now leads us to these questions. When testing the dishwasher, do you have to run a full cycle? The stove, test all heating elements. The washing machine, do you wash a load of laundry and then dry it to also test the dryer? Let us not forget the sump pump. Just how in the world does this get tested during a dry spell? Please Mr., Mrs. or Miss Homeowner, you need to have a hose long enough to reach your sump pump. By the way, you will need to connect it due to liability issues. Ridiculous. 9. Where have all the FHA appraisers gone? Are the last 2 new FHA requirements number 7 and number 8 when talking to the FHA will say, there is nothing new and this should have been done all along. When talking to an appraiser, they will tell you horse feathers. I will tell you, as of the time of this update, there are some appraisers out there doing FHA appraisals. Whether or not they are following all the guidelines is an answer only that individual appraiser can answer. However, what I can say is, many of the FHA appraisers are sitting on the sidelines turning down FHA work due to the added liability. Is an appraiser supposed to turn on these appliances and wait around for them to run complete cycles? What if one is turned on and the appraiser leaves and the water line breaks or there is a leak? Apparently HUD does not even have the answer to these questions. So until there is more clarity, many FHA appraisers will continue to stay on the sidelines. Appraisers are not home inspectors. When HUD figures this out, there may be additional documentation required for the loan process that will include a home inspection by a certified home inspector. Although trying to complete all potential FHA repair items prior to the appraiser's inspection may not be possible, at least now you are aware of several of the most common repairs that tend to delay the FHA loan process. Also, remember that FHA appraisals are no guarantee a property is free from defects, as the appraisal primarily establishes value of a property for mortgage insurance purposes and is not a thorough home inspection as would be done by a home inspector. Buyers should always secure their own home inspections through qualified professionals to satisfy themselves about the overall condition of a property. For more information, contact us at 412-831-1500, visit our website at pennsylvaniaappraisers.com. You can also follow us on Twitter, YouTube, or like our Pittsburgh Appraisers Facebook page as well. Also, make sure to check out our testimonials and reviews page and see what others are saying about us.